point blank, her career hinged on this meeting being a success. She needed to keep a clear head, and some readings were harder to shake than others. A firm, undeniable feeling told her that grief clung to Xander like an old, tattered coat in a snowstorm, useless, but better than nothing. He needed to eat something delicious, warm and home-cooked, and get a good fortnight's sleep, and there she was, channeling again. Delaying reading someone's first impression and choosing to stay near them occasionally resulted in their surface feelings seeping through, as if her brain were impatient and needed a snack. Those suspected grief-filled feelings might not be a part of his core personality, but if they were strong enough to punch through her defenses before a reading, odds were good they had begun to alter his being in a significant way, which rarely happened because people didn't fundamentally change. Evolve and grow, yes, but change? Almost never. Over the years, she'd learned there was a very clear and very distinct difference between the two concepts. Lucky tossed him her most playful grin. Only if I get the job. Make me an offer, and I'll take them right off. She leaned toward him, stage whispering, I promise it'll be worth your while. Stephen laughed softly, and Castor's glorious whiskers twitched as he tried to hide his smile. Xander, however, remained unmoved. He checked his watch and said, Why don't we get started? I have another meeting in an hour. Tough crowd. Unfazed, she continued smiling at him, mentally vowing to find a way to win him over. All right, Stephen began. As you know, we're looking for someone to star in our latest production, centered around a haunted house. If chosen, your role would be that of the caretaker. While acting experience isn't necessary, we did hope to find someone with some retail or property management experience, which you also don't have. Xander frowned. According to your resume, you don't have any work experience. She grinned. According to my resume, that's correct. You're 25 and you've never had a job? That happens more often than you'd think. Not to her, but that was beside the point. Trust fund babies, perpetual and professional students, SoundCloud rappers, the list could go on and on. Xander narrowed his eyes, but kept his thoughts to himself. She suspected he was on to her shtick. Giving him a non-answer wouldn't work again. Why did you apply for this position? I need a job, and I need housing. Isn't it incredible how this is the answer to all my problems? She paused for a beat, slouching slightly with a little sigh. They couldn't see her eyes. Making sure they could easily read her body language and interpret her tone was crucial. I was a student, a really, really good student. I dedicated almost 20 years of my life to my education. Yes, I count kindergarten because that's when I learned how to read, and reading is one of the single greatest joys in my life. I wasn't prepared to not be a student. My whole identity had to shift when I got my degree, and now I'm here, hoping to try something new and exciting, to use my skills in an unexpected way. It had taken 2 days to revise and perfect that speech. A taut balance between meticulously selected facts from her life and a little something she liked to call earnest lies. She decided it'd be best to pretend to be an almost blank slate. She wanted them to project their casting hopes and dreams onto her. If they thought she was an overqualified know-it-all, they'd reject her. If they misread her confidence for arrogance, they'd reject her. They might not do it on purpose, but the second they unconsciously assumed she was uppity, they'd definitely reject her. But fate was smiling on her that day, because Stephen's eyes hadn't stopped twinkling since she walked in. He saw something special in her. He wanted to give her a chance. I'll be honest with you. You're sitting here right now solely based on the strength of your audition tape, Stephen said. We agreed that we needed to meet you in person before making a decision, something we rarely do. Xander continued to stare her down, unconvinced. There are plenty of jobs that provide housing. Why do you want